Tonight's episode of Guitar Stuff with John is so important and important that there's going to be no joke at the front of the video.
Knock, knock.
I said no joke, damn it!
Guitar Stuff with John.
Welcome to a really special edition of Guitar Stuff with John. John. As you can see, I am not alone. I am not alone. We are gathered here today to show you things that you've never seen before. And of course, to do that, we've brought in some of our best friends in the world, Robin Boucher, Guillaume de Silva from Boucher Guitars.
Hi, good.
Hi.
And this is their biannual trip. Twice a year or so they come down here, and we get into all kinds of trouble. And
Right.
It's amazing. But this we were going to do this as 3 separate review videos, but I looked at what we're going to be talking about. I think it's best that we do this in a more formal setting, and I think you're going to be really impressed with what we're going to talk about. Robin, you are celebrating your 20th anniversary
Yeah,
at Boucher.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy how these years went by so fast.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like yesterday to me that I've played the very first one I ever saw,
Yeah, yeah.
which I bought. I wouldn't give it back, and what am I up to now? 14. And it's been a journey, hasn't it?
It has.
It's
Yes.
been a real journey
Yeah.
because
Marvelous journey.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing,
We both met in
True.
10 years ago?
12.
12
It's
years
still
ago.
12 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been 12 years because I've been here 8. And it's been 12 years this year.
In Truro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
And it's been an amazing, for me as a guitar player, you guys all watch me on here talking about these instruments that I play, and I play a large number of builders, but it's only the best guitars that I will play on stage. And so I get a lot of questions about, why don't you review this one? Why don't you do that one? Why don't you do that? Well, because I wouldn't play them on stage. It's just that simple. And there's a very small group of those instruments in the world for me. And of all the guitars that I have more Bouchers than any other builder. And the reason is that every time I find a new one, I must have it. And that's what I'd like to talk to you about right now is how I found it really amazing that you continue, and I've said this before on different videos and reviews of your instruments. I found it really amazing how you continually evolve. You always change. You always go to the next biggest thing. There's always a new idea, a new plan, a new sonic image for every guitar. How do you keep going? How do you keep... Because we're going to show you guitars in this video that'll blow your mind, right? And they're better again. It just keeps getting better and better and better. How do you do that?
Well, first I would say that I am surrounded by an amazing team.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not alone.
No, I know that.
Okay, and well, 12 years ago, we both met, but a year before,
Yeah.
Julien Roy,
Yep.
yeah, reached the team,
Yes.
and this guy is,
He
is the guy,
Yeah.
and he has I think he has the same mindset that I have.
Yeah.
You know, I would say working slower
Yes.
but harder.
Yes.
Doing things slower
Yeah.
but better.
Yes.
And I would say finally moving forward slower
Yeah.
but further.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
think
that's a really
that
good.
the explanation.
Yeah, it's a really good.
I'm
that's
always-
a really good analogy. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I know Julien is my. I feel like he's not, but I feel like he's my personal guitar tech because he does every guitar that I own. It goes on his bench. He sets it up with my exact action to the millimeter. He puts my pickups in. He does he makes sure the guitar is flawless, which they are coming off the line anyway. He's really
Oh,
really thorough. Like
yeah.
and what
like Tina Turner said, he's simply the best.
yeah. There you go, driver.
Sang.
Yeah.
You know?
But what you just said is actually it's moving to me because that's what you said. He moves slower but further
Yeah.
because he's thinking all the way, and your builders are like that, and your new man is like that. Who's the new guy?
You're talking about James?
James. Yes, I don't know him well enough yet, and all I hear you guys talk about him continually.
He is exactly like that.
Yeah,
You're spot on. Yeah.
When we were talking at the shop last week,
Yeah.
he's on fire. That guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And yeah. So, what did you think? Let's play a guitar before we go to the next question.
Okay.
So, which one are we going to do first?
Let's do this one first.
Okay. So this, my friends, is the new 20th anniversary Boucher. Guillaume, give us a rundown of the components,
Yes, with pleasure.
right?
Well, we've done 3 different body sizes, and this one is the OM hybrid version.
Yep. That's the first thing I noticed was the headstock, slotted headstock.
They all have slotted headstock, and for the OM and the Dread, it's different. We've never done that. First 14 fret slotted headstock neck.
Untorified top.
Natural master grade top. We just wanted these guitars to naturally evolve and get better, and so it's
and return to the roots.
Yeah.
That
bridge.
we have in 2005.
yeah.
New bridge.
Well, no, it's not a new
No,
bridge.
it's not?
No.
But
typical
what I wanted to say,
Stevie
JP,
Yes.
is in 2005,
Yeah.
at that time, we haven't had the Terrified top.
Right. Yeah.
So
I mean, that's a whole story in itself.
Yeah.
That's a whole video all by itself.
and the Sapele back and sides,
Yeah.
Sapele,
So they were at that time the most popular. It was the most popular tone wood
Yeah.
of our most popular models.
Yes.
The native goose and the natural goose.
So let me show you the back of this. We also know this is quilted mahogany. They also call this
Well, quilted sapele.
quilted sapele.
Yeah.
It's a mahogany family.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it's a really high-end mahogany. It's not your normal, regular. Where do they get most mahogany from? Madagascar, or where does it come from?
Mahogany?
Or is it South America?
Well,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Central
Bolivia.
South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look at this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah, and we did rosewood bindings on the
Yep.
body.
Yep.
We just wanted to have, that darker contrast, which looks, I think, super classy.
Yep.
And the little things too, like the purfling on the top. We did like a black white
Yep.
sort
it's
of combination.
So it's a four-band. It's a four-band
five.
black and white. Yep.
Yeah.
Plus your rosewood binding makes your fifth
Yeah.
line.
And these, just to go further into the explanation, is basically the 2 white lines are representative. It's like yearly growth rings of a
Yes,
tree.
yes.
So each line represents essentially 10 years.
Yep.
So there's that little like connection of. In 30
Awesome.
years there'll be tree lines there.
Yes.
And Bologna rosette, diamond inlays on the fretboard.
And a diamond volute,
Yes, sir.
which is something relatively new for Boucher, right?
Yeah.
Well, not on the slotted, but
Yeah.
slotted has always been.
But it's nice. But the volute is something that you usually have a scoop on most of the older
Well,
guitars,
on the
right?
Studio Goose because it's a.
But I understand why you say it, because
yeah.
we never saw any dart
Yes.
here on the OM guitar.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, this is more of a Dreadnought thing that happens. Most companies put volutes there, but
Yeah.
of course, the sound of the instrument. There's nothing better than tuning a Boucher. You have never lost that temper. The E string has to go up.
yeah.
It's unbelievable. They just get fatter and fatter, like more and more and more tone. It's unbelievable to me. I would think that there would come a point where you reach an apex of some kind, and then it stops and levels out for years. But that's never happened. It just keeps going up, 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 up by a little increment. We used to remember years ago when you first started. We used to have conversations like, okay, we've made a change that really has improved the guitars. So we got to make sure we sell the older ones now, because people will want the new one. We were wrong about that, because the old ones were awesome. And the guys like me who are so used to seeing every iteration, we see these improvements as being, just like you said, they're tiny, but they're powerful, right? Like each one is a tiny step, tiny step, tiny
And
step.
keep building on.
That you
Step
keep,
by step.
Yeah, that you keep building on. Like, and I could compare this to like any of my own OMs. And there's in one way there's no comparison at all. This eats them, and then in another way, they have that magic of Boucher, right? So when it really comes down to being a real fan, and there's a lot of Boucher boys out there and girls. They would play these guitars and go, oh, and they'd be like, this is different than my Boucher, right? They would never say it was better. It's just different. But I've watched this growth, for 12 years, and it's just unbelievable. So what will the retail be on this guitar, Guillaume?
If I remember correctly, they sell at about $8 US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're getting into the territory of the big American builders in price. But even with that, you could never get this guitar from an American builder for $8,000.
We're throwing
that
a
kind
lot
of wood?
stuff.
No. If you were to buy this from Collings or
I wish
Huss and
you
Dalton,
good luck.
Yeah, you're looking at $15,000, $18,000, $20,000 for a guitar like this. Santa Cruz, Like he's charging $30,000 for his guitars, right?
It would certainly be a couple more $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
And certainly not with, what makes it special too is obviously Robin found this crazy, looking sepele that you can't find anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
These
wanted
master
something
grade-
stunning.
Yeah, well, it is.
and the master grade tops as well. I mean, these.
And it will just be, this is the wood that you will use just for these 20th anniversary guitars.
Yeah,
And how many will you build?
We're
20.
making 20.
Oh, Jesus. Well, there you go. That makes it a real, actually makes it a real deal. At $8,000 and it's a limited edition. That's worth money right there. So,
And am I correct? They are all, the 3 models are all at the same price, eh?
Yeah.
wow. That's a great deal.
We
that's a
wanna-
great
We
deal.
want to be nice
That's a great deal.
for the Boucher fans.
So 20 years ago, when you first started came into this whole thing, right? Where did you have a vision of where this would be today and beyond today? Like, did you know what was going to happen, or did you have any plan at all, or?
Yeah. Well, I had a vision for sure. Yeah. First, I did not want to be, a big factory, to become a big factory.
Right.
I was not in to do the most, but trying to do the best.
Yes.
Okay, and a lot of things happened.
Yes.
In the last 20 years.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, and I can ignore that. The first 5 years of Boucher Guitars were very difficult.
Yes.
For me.
Yeah.
And when you start a business with family members,
Yes.
we all hope that things go well.
Yes.
But unfortunately, sometimes things don't go, as we planned.
Yes.
And unfortunately, it's exactly what happened.
Yes.
And I would say it's a real shame, but life is life.
Did you imagine that they would be becoming this famous? From just players all over the world are now know, right?
Well, to reach it, I would say that a lot of things have had to change.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was talking about my family, but I'm talking about cousins,
Yeah.
brothers-in-law, and sisters-in-law.
Yeah.
And it's not obvious to get that, a real nice atmosphere with a lot of his family members in doing business.
I know.
You see what I mean? Yeah. But some changes were necessary.
Yes.
And in order to reach my goal,
Yeah.
and I had to continue on my own,
Yeah.
and I have to admit that it was not easy,
No.
but when you are surrounded by really nice people, starting with my wife Diane,
Yes. Yeah.
and in 2012, my brother-in-law, François Durand,
Yeah.
reached me, and a great friend of mine, Richard
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it became the core of the administration part of the business.
Right.
Yeah. It became solid.
Yeah.
And
That's
then,
important.
to reach that goal again, Julien Roy reached the team. Guillaume reached the team.
Can't forget about the man.
You reached the team.
I'm just a guitar player.
and a couple of years ago, James Drouin
Yeah.
And we are. Am I talking about the core? You know, the kingpins
Yeah.
of Boucher Guitars team,
Yeah.
and so it's very helpful to have people like that to reach his goal.
Well, for my part, I come at this as a player, and our friendship started 12 years ago because I bought a guitar, right? And then I bought another, and then you gave me one, and then I bought another, and then you built me one, and then it just went on and on like that and I couldn't stop. I'm probably much the same as a lot of other Boucher owners that I know. Like once they have one, well, when are we buying the second one? Because they've been with you so long that they, like me, they've watched that tiny iteration, the up the side of the mountain constantly, right?
Yeah.
And it's almost like an addiction. Once you start playing them, it's like I want to go see another one. I want to meet other people that play them. Like all of these things, that's what the channel has done for me. Through you, as everybody knows, I'm endorsed by multiple builders, and he's the reason, because we started out together. You talked me into going to get an American builder, so I went with Gallagher, who has also built a signature model. George Crackett, Alvarez Yeri came on board. Like they're a huge conglomerate. But they love the videos about you. Chris Meikle called me and he says, I don't know this Boucher guy. And I said, well, you need to check him out. He said, but I love your videos. He said, you should let me send you some of our handmade. And that's how all that started.
It's cool.
Right? Like, so, I mean,
and it started very spontaneously, right?
Yeah.
Because it was like
Organic,
in that COVID break when everybody was stuck inside and you decided to make a bunch of videos about your guitars just naturally out of your own love for these guitars, and that the whole thing started like this, right?
Yep.
And I think that's what's kind of cool is it all came very naturally and spontaneously and from the heart, right?
I made a video with each one. I remember. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's how
it all started. I made a one song video with every Boucher I had.
Yeah.
And so, how do you feel now when you see guys like me and Jake Workman and Bruce Coburn and like there's so many players.
What do you think?
You know what I mean?
I'm super proud.
Does it freak you out?
I'm freaking out.
He's for real too. That's what I love about you is you're 1,000% sincere. Like there's no fake bone in this man's body, and I love that because I when I watch these things happen. As I talk to Jake Workman on the phone and stuff, and different people that are now buying Bouchers, like they tell me, man, this is the best guitar I've ever owned, and I'm going to play this for a little bit before I take it on the road, so it doesn't get finish crack or anything. I said, man, you can take that on the road right now, because I got 14 of them, and there's not a crack in one of them. And they've been in the Arctic, they've been in Texas, they've been everywhere, right?
Oh my God!
And
that's music to my ear.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at them all.
It's very important.
The only mark I have on any Boucher is the one I put in it when I smashed the side out of the Mona Lisa in the dark in a bag. Oh God, I'm sick.
And one that Robin made.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
The famous.
Yes. Yeah. But it's so. Yeah, let's try another guitar. Holy God. Jesus. All right. So here is the triple-aught version of the 20th anniversary model. Again, the back of this thing is
Watch that,
insane.
3D effect. Huh?
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable. Like you can just sit. It's like reading a book. You can sit here and look at this thing for about 3 hours and see something different all the time. So everybody knows that I am a massive fan of Robin's 12 fret guitars. It's how the Mona Lisa was developed, because I played Yogi for years. I found that guitar at a demo
Yeah.
filming that
A
we did
recording
in
session,
Montreal,
yeah.
and I couldn't stop playing it, and the maestro
Oh,
put it in my hands.
yes. You deserved it.
Oh.
You know,
This thing is scary. So there's the triple O, boys and girls.
They all come with speed
Yes,
included.
just a beautiful, beautiful guitar. And I'm amazed that you're going to sell these all at the same price. That's such a great deal, because when you think about it, these guitars they're very different processes to build these three body styles, right? Mm-hmm. Bracing is different, math is different. It's a different thing, right? There's more wood in a Dreadnought, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like, so
you're right.
It's really cool that you're letting these all go at the same price. It's really, really cool. And what that's going to do, it'll give people a good choice, because so far you've heard the OM and this one. So the OM can do anything. You could play it in a bluegrass band if you wanted to, or you can do fingerstyle on it, or it can be a great rhythm guitar with a lot of bottom end that has no mud, right? And then this thing here, I call these the Swiss Army knife of guitars, because they do everything. This guitar, I can flat pick on this and it sounds way bigger than it is. I can finger pick on this and it sounds way bigger than it is. And then if you ease off on it, it's the sustain on a short neck. It's unbelievable.
It's kind of reverb.
Yeah, it's got its own reverb. Good.
Yeah.
God, I mean, just
This is created by the mostly created by the quality of the the top.
Yeah.
You know, it's a master grade top. It's an old,
yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
10 years old, something like that.
It's amazing.
That I, you know, hand pick
Yep.
for those guitars.
So, you know, if you're a fingerstyle player, the only thing that might stop you from doing this as a fingerstyle player is a 12 fret neck. But I play these guitars on stage all the time, and I just choose not to do one or two numbers that require me to play up here, right? Other than that, you can do anything with it. It doesn't matter, and the action and the scale of it is like, it just feels better, like, than most guitars. It's good. I don't even know how to explain it. It just feels better to play than any other body style. For me, it's just amazing, and that's how the Mona Lisa was born, because my signature model is this guitar with a cutaway, right? Different set of woods, of course, but the playability of it, and the sustain, and the action, and just the way it responds everywhere on the neck, it's just amazing.
Yeah, and the key point that I love on those guitars, you know, the triple O, 12 fret body, long scale,
Yeah.
is the deepness of the low mids.
Yeah.
When you hit the A string, you know,
Yep.
open A string.
Yeah, because it's back here tearing up this back
Yeah,
end,
yeah.
where the long scale is just amazing,
It's
right?
mathematical, you know.
Yeah. All right, man.
There you go.
So there's so many questions. Did you plan this a while, these guitars, to celebrate 20 years? Was this something in the works for a while? Or?
Frankly, not that much.
No.
Because, you know, in the guitar industry, 20 years, it's really very young.
Yes, exactly.
And I was not sure, should I celebrate it or not?
Yeah.
But, you know, the guys, the team worked so hard. I worked so hard. And we never know.
Yeah.
Perhaps in 5 years, I won't be there.
Oh.
Well,
Well,
we never know.
you never know.
So
Yeah.
it was the time.
Yeah.
It was the time. So
So how do you? what
good
do you-
anniversary. Boucher
I guess
Guitars.
it is. What do you?
And another thing,
Yes.
I wanted to give something to the first clients who bought my guitars, you know,
Yeah.
who bought the brand.
Yeah,
You see what I mean?
yeah.
And endorse the brand.
Yeah.
And well, 20 years,
Yeah.
it's a good step.
Yeah.
So I think it was important to do it.
Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. There's a certain point in time when I start talking about Boucher where I just get sort of speechless, because you've accomplished so much, and that's just in the time I've been with you, which is only 12 years. It's unbelievable what you've done, and the people that you've brought into the family of the guitars, and
So that's where most of the stuff happened.
yeah,
That's where most of the evolution from the 20 years happened. It's basically in the last 12.
yeah, it's amazing.
Based
Yeah.
on the fact that Robin brought his new philosophy, took the steering of this company. He's the ears. He's a lot of things in the company, but definitely his heart has been in the middle of this whole thing. And I think that's how he ended up surrounding himself with people with, like Julian, me, and James.
Yeah.
That all connect with his values and what he's
Exactly,
for. So
exactly. Yeah,
Well,
I had to say it.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, no,
exactly.
I mean,
You're right.
It's unbelievable. Like it really is. It's an amazing story, and I want to also just point out here real quickly is we all have to be super, super proud, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, because of all things that I am, number one, I am Canadian, and these guitars are built in Canada, 100%. The materials are procured here, right there at his shop. He has no foreign buyers or anything like that. He finds his own wood, his own material, his own builders. It's amazing, right? that we have. There have been great builders in Canada in the past. You know, when John Larrivee started out, it was an amazing thing.
Yeah.
You have Grit Laskin, you have Linda Manzer, you have these tremendously talented builders. But
Yeah.
I think Boucher surpassed all of them in the way that they grew differently than you did. And Larrivee became a world class, but it's now a factory guitar, right? And he could have gone on like you, but he didn't. So something was lost there to me, because I would rather have one of his guitars built by him and his wife than something that's built in Washington State, where the factories are, right?
The dreams are different.
The dreams are different, and
Yeah.
you can't take away from the pioneer work that they did.
Yeah.
But you've done this and remained right here.
Yeah. Like I said before,
Right.
you know, I'm not in to do the most,
No,
to do the best
yeah,
with
And
my
the
with
reality
my
is that
guys.
these guys have to exist, right?
They do.
Because we only made 500 guitars per year.
that's right.
And
Yep.
we know they're not cheap,
600.
right?
600.
Almost.
600.
Now, yeah, not to say,
Almost.
when we started, it was 4.
Oh yeah.
12 years ago
No,
was
no, no,
three-
no. That's it's 200.
Oh Jesus, it's grown
200
that day?
12
Okay.
years ago. Yeah.
But yeah, so my hats are off to the pioneers in this country. But the fact of the matter is, there is no. I don't know of any other company in the country that does what you're doing. They did it in the past, but nobody today is doing it. Everybody's using OEM and using all these different things. You are building these guitars from scratch, from the tree to the case,
Yep.
inside of this
Well,
country.
we don't make the case.
What?
But they're made in
But
Canada.
the
They're
case
made,
there,
they're made in Canada too.
and if you buy a strap, a Boucher strap,
made
it's
in
made in Canada,
Made in Canada.
here
Made
in
in
Nova
Canada.
Scotia.
There you go.
So there's a great deal to say about that, right? It's a very important.
not?
It's a very important thing. It shows that you know, as I've said before in other videos, like even, you know, your uncle, right, was
Yeah.
the first boutique builder in Canada.
Well, it was
Possibly
the first guitar manufacturer.
Yeah, but he was the first. It's the same as Gallagher started in '65. Before those
Yeah,
guys, all there was
yeah,
Martin
yeah,
and Gibson,
closely, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you come by it honestly too, right? It's been in the family a while, the idea, and you've taken it to this
Yeah.
unbelievable level, right? So where do you see this going? What's the future for Robin Boucher?
Well,
Not even necessarily the guitars, because I know how much you enjoy all this,
yeah.
and it's something that you won't want to turn loose of until you just can't do it anymore. I can never see you retiring. I know you might someday, but
I don't think about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what?
But
so
I
what-
think about the future.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where is it going in your mind?
Well, I think that the most important thing for Boucher guitars is to set up the next generation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm convinced, 125% convinced that I have the best people with me,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm talking again about Julien Roy,
Yeah.
Guillaume here,
James.
and James.
Yep.
And I think that, you know, they are. I teach them how to do guitars, but mostly business, how to run a business.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's
It's
another part.
juggling, juggling act.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I said to teach them how to make guitars, but it's not the truth.
Yeah.
I want them to make a guitar like I want to get.
Yes.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a guitar that I will play in
On
front
stage,
of people.
yes.
On the stage.
That's what I was saying earlier. Yeah.
Exactly. And they do,
Yeah. So there you go.
you know, very, very well.
Yeah.
And
Here's a question for you. This is going to be a weird one. Do you believe that Boucher will still be building guitars
better than me.
80 years from now?
80 years?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure.
Wow. See, that's
I'm sure.
amazing, right? That'll be
It must.
It'll be a.
It's a must.
Yeah.
It's a must.
I just got goosebumps.
You know the reason why?
Yeah. Why?
If a young guy, at the age of 15, buy a Boucher guitars,
Yeah.
a Boucher guitar, the guitar is the warranty is the lifetime warranty. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So if he died at the age of 100, and he always kept his guitar,
Yeah.
the guitar must be warranted if something happens.
That's amazing.
That's it.
The Boucher must go on to make sure people can warranty their guitar until they're 100 years old.
I must honor my warranty, even if I'm dying.
Oh my God.
That's customer service right there.
That's an amazing
philosophy.
thought, right? In 80 more years, Boucher will be 100,
Yeah.
right? That's scary. Like it's going to go
that's scary.
beyond
Yeah.
all three of us,
Yeah.
and this name and this headstock and these guitars will be being built, but also being remembered by thousands of people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you did that. That's on you. That's on you.
With my team.
Yep.
With
That's
my team.
on you, boys. So I'm going to play the last one. Of course, it's a Dreadnought. So we could not have guitars galore without a Dreadnought.
No.
Again, it just makes me giggle every time I turn one over. Yeah. But...
Same
And the
recipe.
slotted headstock in the Dreadnought. Oh, God.
14 fret.
There it is. Oh, Jesus. Good Lord. I don't know what else to even say, guys. But I'm so glad that you came here to do this. It means a lot to me
Well.
that you brought these instruments here. And all I can say is there's 20 really lucky people who are going to own these. And I don't know who they're going to be, but there's going to be some really happy people. 20 people are going to be really happy.
Yeah.
Owning a part of history.
Yep,
Of
it
our
is
history.
definitely a part of history and a part of guitar history as a whole. Because even as we sit here,
Well,
the renown of these guitars and of yourself and your team as builders grows all around the world. I see it happening every week. I see people, they talk to me, they write to me, they send me videos, and pictures, and letters, and emails. And it's an amazing thing that you've done and the people that you work with have done. It really is.
I think it's a good timing to say thank you to all our fans,
Yep.
yes.
to all
Absolutely,
our
yeah.
retailers all over the world, in Canada, in the US, in Europe,
Absolutely.
in Korea. I
Yep.
mean, we wouldn't
Yeah.
be there without you.
Germany.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah.
And all the people,
merci beaucoup à tout le monde.
yes, and all the people who watch this channel.
Yes.
There's
And to
a
JP.
lot of them. And a lot of them. We're about 300,000 people watch this channel. And we got about 40,000 subscribed.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that you've stuck with us this long, and it grows every month. Get 500 or 600 people new every month.
Cool.
And
Congrats.
and this is why, right? This is why.
Yeah.
Because you started with me at the very, very beginning, and we've grown all the way out from that. And you've always been the most gracious, generous friend to me, especially when I work with other companies. There's never a word, there's never a sideways thing. You love guitars more than me, I think, and I don't think that's possible. that is the spirit that he has in his work and in his soul. Each guitar has a little piece of him in it. And so we thank you for being here with us tonight, and thank Guillaume de
I
Silva.
would like to thank the Boucher family too
Yes,
for
yes.
creating all
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Starting
And I would love to add
Yes.
that you were talking about lucky people. Be sure, JP, that I am a lucky guy
Yeah.
to have you on board
Aw.
to support, you know,
Well, we
my
appreciate
brand
you.
and
Yeah.
the team.
Yeah.
I'm always emotional.
Yeah, I am too. I started to tear up when I was playing that guitar. There's something about your mahogany guitars that make me cry. I'm not sure what the hell it is.
Yeah. And
I bought the last one. I can't afford that one, but yeah. But
yeah.
you know,
And I would love to have something in French.
yes, please,
Yeah.
please
Yeah.
add some culture to this thing.
Yeah. Oui, c'est ça. Je voudrais dire un gros merci à tous les gens qui ont cru en nous.
Merci.
Dans les 20 dernières années.
Ouais.
Merci.
Ouais.
Merci aux détaillants, aux dealers.
Yes,
Thank you. Merci aux artistes.
yes,
Aux artisans.
Les artistes français comme Michel Rivard, Patrick Normand.
uh-huh.
Hein? Ils étaient là au tout début. They were there at the beginning, of
Yep, yep.
at the startup. Merci à tous les employés qui ont travaillé chez Guitare Boucher,
Et qui
qui sont
travaillent.
peut-être plus là aujourd'hui, puis il y en a d'autres qui sont là. Merci beaucoup. Et merci nécessairement aux gens qui croient en nos guitares, qui les achètent et qui en parlent comme des apôtres, comme JP. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Robin. That was awesome. That's the fanciest we've ever been on this channel, right there. You know, man, cultured man right there. Not just this old fat, hairy-legged guitar picker comes on here every Monday night and blathers on about some bullshit or other. Yeah. Anyhow, we love you, and we love these guys with all our hearts, and we love all the guitar heads out there. If you don't have a Boucher, someday you might have one.
Someday.
If you think you can't afford one, well, you know, maybe you can, you just don't know. Save a little money, or sell something you already have, or love what you play. That's the most important thing. Doesn't matter what you play, as long as it makes you happy and makes you play guitar more. Because the more you play, the better you get.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's another really special episode, courtesy of my friends at Boucher, of Guitar Stuff with John. And we'll see you next Monday night. And we love you. We'll see you next time.
Bye.